Don Levander with the Motorleague, and I'm interviewing a few of my best friends from the band Crooked Jacks from Sherbrooke, Montreal. Who do we have? Or Sherbrooke, Quebec, excuse me. Who do we have here?
J-Mo. Matt.
Thrilled to be here tonight. We are in Montreal. We're down at a bar called L'Absinthe on Saint Denis. Great club. We just played a great show. All the bands are fantastic. But I got some questions that I'm dying to know from you guys. Now, number one, have either of you ever had a .44 caliber pistol pointed in your face?
Not once. I believe Matt had it, but it was a dildo.
Whoa, is that true? Have you had a gun pointed in your face?
I've had a metaphorical gun pointed in my face. Enough said.
No, we're not real gangsters. None of us have ever had guns pointed in our face. Chris is a cowboy. Chris thinks he's a cowboy, so he writes songs about guns.
Okay. What's better, New Brunswick or Quebec? Go.
The grass is always greener, so New Brunswick.
I've never been, but I'm probably guessing New Brunswick.
It's all forest. The entire province is forest. Does that change anything?
Like I said, it's greener.
Okay. New Brunswick was the amount of land that Nova Scotia did not want.
Nova Scotians make bad decisions is what you're trying to say?
Nova Scotia broke up with us. That's where New Brunswick came from.
Is Nova Scotia upset about the breakup, or is New Brunswick jealous?
No, Nova Scotia dumped us. We are like the ex-girlfriend of Nova Scotia. Okay, next question. New Star Wars movies. What do you think?
Couldn't give a fuck.
I think Disney's going to do a good job. I think George Lucas fucked it up enough already, and it can't be any worse. So it can't be any worse than fucking Jar Jar Binks in Episode 1. I'm thinking that Disney, and it's actually the writer of Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back that's going to do Episode 7 and 8 and 9. So it's actually not going to be that bad, in my opinion.
Oh, I got one thing to say about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the right answer right here. This is a perfect answer. Survey says 100 people agree with you. And I'm sorry, Matt, but that was completely wrong.
The fact you're talking about it makes the world much worse.
Again, a completely wrong answer here. Please don't believe anything that Matt says. This is absolutely garbage. All right, let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about the current state of punk rock music. And how do you feel about your latest entry, which is about to be released? Your new record, which was recently recorded about, 3 months ago? And we're in the mixing phase of the record. How do you feel about your new record? Tell us a little bit about it, if you could. And keep in mind that everything he says is wrong, and everything that he says is completely right, based on the Star Wars answer.
Actually, I'll answer this one seriously. I only listened to it like once, the final mix, and maybe not even. And it's the first thing I've done that I completely was satisfied with, and I didn't hate.
I still think you're wrong. How do you actually feel? How's the record actually? Tell us the truth, because,
it's Matt. I mean, he hates everything and everyone, but I love him. He loves you, Don. I'm an asshole, though. Actually, it was our first experience recording anything, all of us together. We 4 guys from Sherbrooke never thought we'd actually even record a record. So, I mean, it was fun.
Okay, now, that said, I've been to Sherbrooke, and my impression of Sherbrooke is that there's no poverty at all. It seemed like a very wealthy place, at least in downtown. Tell me about what's it like being a punk rock band from a fairly smaller town in Quebec. Like, how is that?
It's really good if you have social anxiety because nobody goes to shows, so it's very comfortable in that regard. That's pretty much all I have to say on that subject.
Sherbrooke's a town filled with metal kids, and they all wear skinny jeans. Like, we're the only really punk rock band left. I mean, Farler's Fury left us there, and even Farler's doesn't want to play there anymore. And we stay, we hang around, and but we're done playing with Sherbrooke. We're done.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined mid-interview by Chris Crook.
You asked him about 45.
No, I'm not going to ask him about 44. I'm going to ask him another question. Chris. All right, Chris.
He's a real cowboy. He's got a knife in his pocket.
Chris, I think what people really want to know is they want to know about your Facebook updates, because some of them are pretty brutal and hard to read. And as a friend of yours, I often worry about you personally. And today your Facebook update was, I'm going to be homeless in about 2 hours and I got nowhere to go. Please update the world on it. What is going on in your personal life? Like, first of all, is that true?
No, not really. That's kind of dumb because basically.
He checks his cell phone during interviews. He checks his text message during interviews.
Ladies and gentlemen, one person at a time, please. The world wants to talk to Chris. Contain yourself.
Basically, my girlfriend mentioned that she had someone that would take my apartment, but she didn't mention that I would move in with her. So I was like, where am I going to live if someone takes my apartment?
So are you or are you not single right now? Ladies want to know.
I'm not single. I'm sorry.
His girlfriend might be.
And we are now joined by the music of the wonderful Permanent Bastards. And my question is at this point, are we done? Is this it?
Don. Wait, Don. So Don, now it's Crooked Jacks going to interview the Motorleague. So you recently played the Fest. That is the last niche of an amazing punk rock festival in North America. How did it feel? Did you feel those feels?
The Fest is one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life, and I'm very, very privileged and very fortunate to have gotten to play it. It was amazing. I got to see some of my favorite bands. I saw the Flatliners, the Menzingers were absolutely phenomenal. Polar Bear Club, Propaganda, I think Lagwagon at one point for a little bit. It was like Christmas. It's punk rock Christmas. The Fest is amazing. That's what it is, punk rock Christmas.
All right. So here in Quebec, we have a comparable festival called Poutsa Fest. Have you heard of Poutsa Fest? And are you interested in maybe one day playing Poutsa Fest here for your French-Canadian fans?
I've heard of Poutsa Fest, and I believe that we are playing it this year.
Oh, scoop, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that's a big maybe that the Motor League will be playing Poutsa Fest this year. Yeah, you guys have a new album coming out, don't you?
Yeah, we got a record coming out one day in 2013, April. It's been done for 3 years, and we rode our van off making that record.
I've noticed that you have a lot of songs available, videos of new songs that you have. And will that ever be on a release in the future? Or are these strictly internet releases?
Did you hear any of that?
I love you, but I don't know what you said, so I'm just going to answer the question that I wanted you to ask me. And I feel like the new Star Wars Lego sets are really strong. I'm really glad that they decided to make the Rancor set. Star Wars decided to make the Lego Rancor. I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited. I'm honestly excited.
I'm pretty sure that's what you asked me about.
No, but Don, you're known for your DIY videos. How many hours did you put in your ASCII? Your fucking whatever those. I'm drunk. The DOS video you did and the Lego video. How many hours and hours do you put into those fucking videos? It's crazy.
I love making videos, and I put a lot of hours into doing it. It's a labor of love. That's like once you've been in a band for a while, you know, it becomes routine. So I like making videos. That's a really fun thing for me to do. So I don't actually know the answer, but I love making videos. I would like to make a video for the Crooked Jacks.
We're doing it.
Was the new Lego video more or less time than the series versus parallel video with the puppets?
Matt loves the puppets. Which was longer?
That was done in one take. That took about 7 minutes. The puppets took about 7 minutes.
How do you wrangle the puppets and make them do exactly what they're supposed to do?
It's a strict diet of like heroin and just like honey on a popsicle stick. We feed them.
That's quite interesting because I just thought you put your hand up their ass.
And cut.
Maybe that's how you do it in Quebec, but in New Brunswick, we got to bribe everyone to do everything. We got to give them government funding to do anything at all.
So, Crooked Jacks and Motor League doing the best we can at interviewing. I'm not sure if Don has anything else to add.
I just want to say that your performance tonight was about a 9.5 out of 10. I've only seen you better once. You guys were better in Trois Rivières because that was an absolute mess. Tonight was great. Your band's fantastic. But my biggest problem with you guys, and this is going to hurt, is that why have you never come to my hometown in Moncton, New Brunswick? I've come to your hometown 4 times now that we've played with you guys in around Quebec, and you've never been to our province, and that deeply hurts me. And I'm like, are we not good? Is New Brunswick not good enough for Crooked Jacks? Let's be honest.
It's Strictly because it's your hometown. I mean, we see you 3 times, not there. Why do we need to go there?
Okay, I'll give the honest official answer. We're broke as fuck. We can barely make it to Toronto and Montreal for these shows.
I want our next tour to go like east, because
So stay tuned.
I would much rather go to East Coast than Central Canada. I love Central Canada, but I want to see the sea and Motorleague.
All right, Motorleague, Crooked Jacks, stay tuned. We're going to do something eventually together again on a tour of some sort. And Rock Cut Media, as always. You guys